Most people in America are looking for how do I make a life worth living and return with having. When we speak about these things, we're looking at what is our career offering to us right now. How will it be for us in 5 years' time? Will the market be oversaturated? Will our skill sets be tired and fatigued? Will we be keeping up with the technologies that are required to be online and offline in order to produce a living? Because the truth is, a lot of the online stuff is sort of not real, but it is real. In other words, it's a good promotional tool, but it only is good promotion if it's being directed from our website or directing us back to our website. You see, in life, we have to figure out how to promote ourselves a little bit. But we also have to figure out how to promote ourselves in a way that doesn't harm other people. What I mean by that is that when you're thinking about how to help a person like me who's literally suffering at the moment with cyber attacks every day on my telephone and someone has crashed my computer, you can see that the replacement value of that $3,000 computer is significant. But how do you accomplish that difficulty? And why did they spend 6 to 7 times to crash my computer as if it was their lawful right to play on my equipment? You see, this is where it begins, that the liar tells himself, I have the right to do this even though it's illegal. Now, when it comes to human frailties, we have the right to pursue our own capabilities and our own opportunities to care for our own private issues. But when we're talking about someone else's property, someone else's body, someone else's records, we don't have the right to play in those. We all know this, and yet young people and middle-aged people do this regularly as if it's a game, as if it's a fun time, as if it's okay. It's not okay. It's called illegal activity. And if you're engaging yourself in that, then, well, you should end up in the places that usually illegals end up, in the wrong spaces. But when we do things to people who are innocent, when we harm their lives, when we harm their names, when we harm their records, when we infiltrate their abilities to tear for their own beings, then we've done something immoral. And most people don't think about what will happen to them in the afterlife. Most officers of the law don't have any faith whatsoever. It's why they guide themselves with their own intelligence, their own analytical mindset, their own, sometimes, world experience. But if their world experience is just driving around pissing on people like me, what a wasted officer's life that is. There's far greater problems that are going to be coming at us in 10 years' time if we don't get the cybercrime and identity theft and fraud and mail theft and all these difficult things of people stealing cars under control. We'll be a world away. And a world away is not a great place to be in. A world away, we send our soldiers over to try to help enforce the rules of the world that say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not interfere with someone's medical rights, thou shalt not militarize, thou shalt not stalk, thou shalt not mob, thou shalt not make it difficult for someone to have mobility and civility in a community. But how do we stop that? How do we stop it at home? We stop it at home by teaching our children right from wrong. And right from wrong is where it begins, at home, and the rules of school that teaches them about authority and about the rules, the regulations, the rights, and the responsibilities of being a good citizen.